Welcome to the podcast, everyone. I am your host, Greg Chatmendy, here with my gorgeous, beautiful, stunning co-host, Gavin Modrizzle.
Okay. Sure.
Oh, all right. So here with our second week of predictions and stuff. And
Do a recap.
yes, we'll do a recap of last week and Thursday night this week. Of course, last week the Buccaneers.
Same franchise we were yesterday. Last week.
What? Why are?
Just like
Because
same
I deleted it because I forgot. So now I'm Bengals. So last week, the Buccaneers beat the Cowboys. The Texans beat the Jaguars and was an upset. And Urban, let's talk about this game a bit. There's really not much to talk about other than Urban Meyer sucks.
True.
All right, next for the football team Chargers. That was so good. It was an alright game. Pretty close. None of the wire there.
Big.
R.I.P. But we have the Taylor Heine King, which we will talk about soon enough. Seahawks Colts. Seahawks stomped the Colts. It was embarrassing. Speaking of embarrassing, anyone that's a fan of either of these teams should be embarrassed if this was on television. Panthers beat the Jets. No shock there, but
I will go to bed in due time.
Vikings Bengals. I predicted this one right. Just saying. Just saying. People should listen to me more. Let's not talk about the rest of these games, though, including this one. I'd rather not talk about this one. It was just bad. Taylor Lewan gave up 5 sacks. Kyler Murray just kind of ran around for a while. Cool. This was a fun game. Niners at Lions. The Niners were stomping the Lions until the last 2 minutes, and the Lions almost came back. So, good for the Lions. Really showing some spirit out there. As another upset happened here, Steelers, Bills. Bills just forgot how to, like, they forgot how to play off, and they kind of like outcoached themselves. Like, the Steelers just had to exist, and they won that game pretty much. Speaking of a game that did exist, it was all over red zone because the Falcons defense sucks, and so does the Falcons offense, I guess, as the Eagles stomped the Falcons. Not even close. This was a good game, as it probably expected to be. Chiefs beat the Browns. No shock there. This was a shocker in Jacksonville, as the Saints demolished the Packers 38-3. We'll be seeing the Packers in the Super Bowl. Broncos beat the Giants. I predicted that. I don't remember if you went Giants, Gavin. I believe you did.
I'm not gonna talk about it.
Yeah, right. Dolphins beat the Patriots in Gillette. Good for them. The Bears got stomped by the Rams. It was embarrassing, and you will see a lot of negativity towards the Bears today. And the Raiders in whatever the hell this game was beat the Ravens. Just watch this game. If you can find a way to watch this game, it takes one's own eyes to behold this. Alright. Now, let's get into week 2. As, I guess 2 nights ago now, on Thursday Night Football, in what could also be described as primetime shenanigans, the football team beats the Giants. Taylor Heine King looked great, besides one James Bradbury throw pick that happened. Daniel Jones didn't look bad. Darius Slayton channeled his inner Evan Ingram, and that's probably one of the main reasons I lost the game. Same thing with Dexter Lawrence there, offsides after Justin Hopkins misses the kick, but it's offsides. Justin Hopkins gets the second chance, and he makes the field goal, and the football team wins. I would say the football team's offense was more impressive this game than the Giants. Or their defense. I mean the football team's defense.
Offense in general was really surprising in that game. Like, I thought it would be a defensive showcase, like the under. When I was looking at like those things, it was like 42 points. I'm like, that's an easy under. No, look at much above that. So.
I would also like to add, there's a lot of ref ball in this game. It's not even like, it wasn't even like biased ref ball. It was because, I think the football team actually got the blunt of the bad calls throughout the game, like consistently. However, the ref ball for the football team at the end made up for it. So it was really ref ball for both sides. Those referees should really get their eyes checked or something. Like, I don't know. There was the Chase Young roughing the passer because Daniel Jones leaned backwards so that there was the DPI where William Jackson touched Kenny Galladay's hip as the ball was overthrown by Daniel Jones. There was the holding on the Daniel Jones big run that brought the play back, which wasn't holding. There was the offsides by Dexter Lawrence, which has been questioned. What else was there in that game? There was more.
I don't remember.
There was a lot of holding. There was a lot of holding. FedEx Field was FedEx Field. J.D. McKissick kept falling over. Taylor Heineke was falling over. Everyone was falling over.
He fractured his leg.
It's just FedEx Field. So someone needs to check on this thing. But football team win. Go football team. Hail to the Washington football team. Giants suck. Lol. Alright. Do you want to do power rankings or predictions first?
I think we do the power rankings first.
Alright. One moment, please. Hold on. So we have a list here. We worked with this one is much more professional. Okay. Every time we do power rankings, Gavin crashes. Anyway, so I'll start off the power rankings with the number 32 ranked team here. Not the Jets. It's not the Jets. Could be the Jets, but it's the Jacksonville Jaguars. Urban Meyer looked bad. James Robinson didn't get more touches than Carlos Hyde. Urban Meyer has decided that James Robinson is at the gallows with him, and he is useless to Urban Meyer in his crusades. Therefore, James Robinson will be buried in the depth chart. And when you're not playing your best player on your team because you like to play favorites, own personal favorites, you know you're not cut out for the NFL. That's some college level BS right there. This team wasn't good. They showed me nothing. Trevor Lawrence is having his rookie struggles. Colin Kaepernick's here for some reason. He's not supposed to be here. I don't know why he's here. Let me just train him to a punter real quick. Don't ask how he got here.
Who?
Colin Kaepernick's on the Jaguars. In this.
Oh wait, yeah, that happens in franchises. So that the Eagles.
I guess Urban Meyer decided that Trevor Lawrence was actually not his guy, and now Colin Kaepernick will be playing kicker.
You're taking a long time on last place in the power rankings.
Yeah, anyway, 31. We're going to go to a team that is also important. Would you care to talk about them? Well, I figure out the fucking alphabet.
Falcons.
Yes, that is 31.
They're 3 up from the Jaguars.
I got it. I'm here. Just leave me alone. Talk about the Falcons.
Alright. Matt Ryan was murdered. Matty Ice no longer exists. His name is just Matt. It doesn't matter what Matt, he could be Matt Barkley.
No, he's still Matty Ice. It's just that all NFL defenses now have a Matty Ice pick.
That's Calvin Ridley did something for one drive, and then they realized he can't be the offense.
Kyle Pitts was non-existent.
Didn't do anything.
Young Wei Koo didn't
Hughes.
even get a chance.
And then there's their defense that allowed Jalen Hurts led Eagles to score 30+ points.
Bad, so bad, very terrible, very bad. Sorry, Arthur Smith, but please come back. We need you, for Christ's sake, come back. Oh God. And now let's talk about a team I said could be at the 32nd spot earlier. We're going to the New Jersey Jets. Now, I'll be taking the Jets because
they actually went up in the power rankings, by the way.
it's not because they were good. There's nothing wrong. They were really, really bad. It's just that the two below them were so unbelievably bad that they get to go up. They get to go up because of it. This team was bad. Corey Davis was all right. That's where that argument ends. Corey Davis was the only player that did anything. Everyone else sucked. Mekhi Becton got hurt. Shocker. He gets injured like every game. Oh well. Corey Davis was good. Everyone else sucked. Nothing else has to be said. It wasn't even like the Panthers were playing well. Just the Jets were bad. Like 29, yeah.
Trust me, I'm looking at it.
You want me to take this one because this was a me thing?
Yeah.
Alright, so I put the Chicago Bears here. Now, you're like, Greg, why are they 29? Greg! Well, I mean, if you watch that game on Sunday Night Football, this didn't look like an elite defense. Eddie Jackson looks like burnt toast. Khalil Mack got 0 QB pressures.
To be fair, Aaron Donald didn't get much either, but
Damian Williams is not on the Bears.
yes, he is.
Is he really?
Yes.
I did not know that.
He's number 8.
My God. It's the Bears were really, really bad when I'm going to say their offense played better than their defense. And the Bears' offense. It's the Bears' offense. As fans will continue to clamor for Justin Fields to start, when in all reality that is a death sentence. Off to the gallows with you. But don't worry, rest your heads, Bears fans. We'll probably see you in week 4. Bears were bad. They were really bad. Nothing about them was good. I can't even compliment money with 2 O's. There's
4 sounds about right.
Alright, I'll take 28 because I want to stay on evens. Or you can have 28 and 27. You can have 28 and 27. And I'll take 26 on.
Alright, 28 and 27 are interchangeable with the Lions and the Texans. They were arguably the worst teams coming into the season.
On paper.
But they both had impressive week 1s. Tyrod Taylor played best football he's played probably in the last 2 years.
Okay, you're talking about the Texans. Hold on, I was on the Lions. Gotta go.
And their defense made Trevor Lawrence throw 3 picks, which, to be fair, it's a rookie quarterback. It's it's not that big of a deal, but 3 picks is really sad for a team that wasn't expected to do really anything. Now, for the Lions, they got blown out. But they made it look like they didn't get blown out. And that was impressive. For that, they get to move up and not be even last in the division for either. So, good for them.
I would really like to put an exclamation point on how the Lions looked like a real football team at the end of the fourth quarter against the 49ers defense. Jared Goff to Quintez Cephas, I guess, was just unbelievable to them. Unfortunately, that might have had something to do with the Niners and Jason Verrett tearing an ACL again. He had 1 year, alright? He got 1 full year, and that's it. But this Lions team...
He Mostert's had again.
I like their heart. This Lions team has heart. And that's...
They don't have recaps.
And that's more than I could say about the Titans defense. Alright, moving on to the Giants now. Alphabet's hard sometimes for Greg, but the Giants are 0-2. The only 0-2 team in the league. Daniel Jones wasn't that bad this week. Now everything else is pretty bad. Saquon wasn't doing too much. He had 1 big run, and that's about it. Receiving wise, what's Darius Slayton's catch rating? So I know it's 83. All right, it'll be a 72 by the end of this next update. Tight end,
That's played well.
Sterling Trevor's been good art in fantasy. Kenny Gallay's just kind of been there. He's a red zone threat, but the offense is so bad they can never get in the red zone. So
Tony's done something.
I have more receiving yards than Kadarius Toney.
I also have much more than Kadarius Toney.
You know that one 400-pound kid that that barely moves in your middle school class? He has more receiving yards than Kadarius Toney. Well, not everyone. But I would say 99% of the world's population has more receiving yards in their career than Kadarius Toney. They're just not good. The Giants have just not been good. If they continue to lose, they will continue to fall. And the more they fall, the more fights Joe Judge starts at practice. All right, on to 25.
The Vikings. So, the Vikings.
Was this a me thing or a you thing? I don't even remember. What?
It was a mix. You lost to the Bungles.
Hey, I predicted this. I predicted that. I saw it all through and through.
Joe Mixon was the top rusher week 1 against your so-called elite defense Vikings. So,
let me take a second to mock the internet real quick. This is what I heard all off season. All right.
Kirk Cousins is super underrated. They have Justin Jefferson, Adam Thielen, Dalvin Cook, Alexander Mattison. They're going to the Super Bowl. Kirk Cousins is Captain Kirk to the Super Bowl. Captain COVID to the Super Bowl. How can anyone stop? Kirk Cousins is a top 10 QB. Kirk Cousins is super overhated. Best quarterback in history, actually. Super Bowl.
And now they've lost to the Bengals. You guys can shut up again. And Kirk Cousins is not a top 10 QB.
To be fair to the offense here for a second, Justin Jefferson did nothing. He was
Dalvin Cook also didn't do anything.
Yeah, Dalvin Cook didn't do anything. So really,
It was just Adam
It
Thielen.
was just Adam Thielen.
Actually, the only one on that offense that people say is overrated. Ironically.
So yeah, it was Adam Thielen and their amazing ability to not do anything against Joe Mixon or to cover anyone down the field.
Specifically Jamar Chase, who all of a sudden figured out how to catch.
Weird.
Did the Bengals like take like a little bit of white out and paint a stripe on the ball when the refs weren't looking?
Anyways, good job. Good job, Vikings. You are below the Bengals.
At least you're paying Harrison Smith $20 million to blow coverage against Jamar Chase.
Yes.
All right. Next is the Panthers. Ironic, I got the Jets and the Panthers, so I have to talk about this game twice. I went to
don't want to talk about it.
Christian McCaffrey looked good in his return. Robbie Anderson caught a touchdown. Their defense looked alright. Granted, Brian Burns looked really good, actually, to be specific. But, like, granted, they were playing against the Jets.
Mekhi Becton got hurt too, so I mean,
Yeah.
even lowers the value.
You know, this team did not look like it's ready yet.
They were my survivor team this for week 1 though, so good for them.
Well, McCaffrey looked good. I think this team does need to start showing me a little bit more to really show this rebuild is working. Because they have all the pieces there pretty much now. It's just they need to start showing flashes. Because some players are looking to step up, and some players are starting to just fade into non-existence. Actually, DJ Moore looked really, really good this week. I think it'll probably go unnoticed because he didn't, like, you know, score like 4 touchdowns. But he had a really, really good week. I kind of forgot about it, so I saw his name. Forgot AJ Boy is even on this team.
Yeah, AJ Boy didn't much.
It's just all right. Well, I'm curious to see how this team's gonna progress through the season. But that was a not impressive win against the Jets, who somehow still managed to look really, really bad in this absolute bore of a game.
Yeah. I gotta talk about this game twice, the Eagles-Falcons game.
I didn't want it.
The Eagles, I don't even want to put them up after being the Falcons. I thought they still deserved to be like 27.
The only reason they made it this far is because I forgot they weren't on the list yet.
But they went up a bit. They beat the Falcons. Good for them. They have 1 win. That might not happen again for a while. But
Sorry.
you know, good for them. Good for them. And you know, Devontae Smith. No, not Devontae. Yeah, I think Devontae Smith got some.
His first reception was a touchdown catch.
Yeah. No, it was Devontae Smith.
Ryan McClown Jr. is 31 years old. My God. Alright, so I get to talk about the Bengals, and it's really only right that I talk about the Bengals here, because I believed that the Vikings are the most overhyped team in the league. But, you know, I like Joe Mixon, who people apparently just forgot about, because he wasn't that great last year, I'll admit. Granted, defense could have put like 8 people in the box, and Joe Mixon was hurt because they didn't really have anyone at receiver. Their quarterback, who was their quarterback? Who were they playing?
Ryan Finley?
Ryan Finley. That's who their quarterback was.
Is it Ryan Finley?
It was, because I remember him beating the Steelers.
No, I thought that was Brett Rippon.
No, he's on the Broncos.
Oh wait.
Or at least was. I don't know where he is now. I don't.
You know, yeah. Well, no, Brandon Allen.
let me just check their quarterback depth chart. I think they cut a lot of their backups. Brandon Allen's here. Anyway, they won in overtime. The defense really wanted to make it close. This was a blowout for a lot of the game, actually. Jamar Chase was doing Jamar Chase things, showing why he was my #1 receiver in the class. Well, everyone was calling him a bust after dropping passes in preseason. I guess he started visualizing a white line over the ball and now can catch. And he was really, really good. He was really, really, really good. The Vikings defense just could not cover him. I don't know if you guys saw this one route he ran, but he pretty much left. I don't even remember. Who was it? Was Patrick Peterson?
Does it matter?
Yeah, I don't know. But I sent Gavin the clip, and it was disgusting. He didn't get the ball, but it was gross. Bengals impressed me. If they can win again this week against... Who are they playing?
The Bears.
Okay, well, actually, they have a pretty high chance of winning this week. They're only destined to go up.
They play the Steelers week 3.
Kitty go meow.
Me go now.
Alright, you get 21.
Yep. So the Patriots, I didn't look at the Patriots-Dolphins game again, like at all.
I know a little bit about it, very little.
It was 17-16 the score, I know that. I know Mac Jones had a solid game. But the Dolphins just beat them at Gillette. I don't know. Bill Belichick has an issue with the Dolphins. Usually it's in Miami, but they did at Gillette this time, so...
I can add a little more insight. I believe, if I remember this number might be off, but I believe they had 4 fumbles, the Patriots did. Damian Harris got turned into a windmill at one point. However, the defense pretty much halted Tua. Tua was really struggling, but the Patriots caught fumbleitis, which you think wouldn't be an issue in the Bill Belichick regime. But no one could hold on to the football. It was an issue. Mac Jones looked good. I'll admit, Mac Jones looked good. No one else did. Well, I mean, their offensive line looked good. Damian Harris did not. You pieces of garbage. How dare you forsake me in such a way? King Henry looked like a mere peasant. Julio Jones might as well not have been on the team. Kevin Byard got a pick. Good for him. Ryan Tannehill. I don't blame you, Tanny. There's nothing you can do. There is one man. AJ Brown was good. There is one man that must take the blunt of it all. While he was bussing with the boys, it appears like he forgot how to pass block, letting Chandler Jones buy him 5 times. Taylor Lewan was a liability at tackle. That's not bussing. And playing like that is not for the boys. And if there's something else to talk about, it's fucking Janoris Jenkins. For Christ's sake, man, like, do anything. Do literally anything. Sure, you're on DeAndre Hopkins, but like, you could have covered him at least one play. One play. That's all you had to do. At least one. One player that actually like did look really good that I think is going to go untalked about because the defense was really bad, specifically Janoris Jenkins, is a man I predicted to actually break out, and that's Harold Landry. He was consistently getting a lot of pressure on Kyler Murray. It's just, Kyler Murray run around and then just close eyes and throw to DeAndre Hopkins and touchdown. But Harold Landry was consistently getting pressure, and Harold Landry looked really, really good. But the rest of you, to the gallows. It is time you must serve your punishment. Alright, 19.
There's a lot of interchangeable teams here. This team might be a little, it might be an overreaction. But the Packers just went out there and laid on the ground and took a beating from the Saints. And, like,
Specifically,
there's no
Jameis Winston.
Jameis Winston went out there and played like he was just the best QB that ever existed. I mean,
Or
he
Drew
didn't
Brees
throw that
Jr..
many times.
Was it 5 touchdowns, 158 yards?
5 touchdowns and 140 yards.
My God.
He had a solid, like, 40 rushing yards. And every single one of them was a first down. Alvin Kamara Jr. flips like 100 yards on the ground. Yet guess what? You guys lost by 35 points. The Saints offense barely had to do anything. They just kind of walked around and boom, touchdown. Boom, touchdown. Aaron Rodgers played poorly. Can't say anything but that. He played poorly. Old Chatmendy over here had him on his fantasy team. He got 1 point. But Jordan Love even came out, and guess what? He played better for a bit until he fumbled, but don't question that.
Hey, that's that's only one turnover compared to Aaron Rodgers, like two, right? You had 2 or 3.
Yeah, 2. The Packers, it's not a last dance if you don't even make it to the dance. So you better get your act together.
It's not a last dance if you never take salsa lessons. Zadarius Smith also got hurt during this game, I think.
Yes.
Cool, I guess. They were bad. They were really, really bad. Really, really, really bad. Really, 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 really bad. The Packers were bad. There's nothing more else to be said. The Saints played better.
By the way, they're still the top-ranked team in the NFC North.
Yeah, that division sucks. Almost as much as the next division finishing their rankings for the day. The AFC South. With the Indianapolis Colts, who also got spanked. They got spanked by the Seahawks. And the only reason the Colts are higher than the Titans is because their game was closer, and I like the Seahawks team more. Carson Wentz, honestly, you'd think he'd be the blame here. I don't think he was. That defense, for an elite defense, was bad. Tyler Lockett pretty much just ran up the seam and was a touchdown. They didn't cover anything. Jonathan Taylor and Naheem Hines really struggled. I don't even know if Marlon Mack got in there.
No, not really.
I think this team might have a lot of struggles if their defense plays like that and their lack of weapons on offense. Zach Pascal was pretty good. He had 2 touchdowns, I believe. No one else did anything. Their defense was bad. It was bad. That's why they're 18. Still the highest ranked team in the AFC South.
Alright. Now for the lowest ranked team in the AFC West, we have the Denver Broncos. Now, the Denver Broncos, they won their game. Good for them. They beat the Giants, though. And we already talked about the Giants. Teddy Bridgewater looked pretty good. Melvin Gordon played really well throughout the game. And they played the Giants, so the defense just never really looked good. That's all I can really say about that.
Yeah. The Broncos impressed me. Melvin Gordon got a lot of touches, but it was probably fair because he was running all over that defense. The Giants' defense has been not good in the last 2 weeks. Hopefully Joe Judge can maybe instill another brawl at practice and someone will get their act together. But this team looks good for now. Cortland Sutton, Jerry Jeudy, all these players They have a lot of weapons. This team could be a sleeper team to make it pretty far. And who's next? Is it the Raiders? Oh.
Yeah.
All right. So I tried to get this team a little bit higher, but you know, this day one because of luck. Richie Incognito wasn't playing. I believe he was out with an injury. Josh Jacobs was there. Kenyon Drake was also there. But
Darren
weirdly,
Waller had 25 targets.
Wait, really? Is that the number?
Yeah.
Oh my god. Mariota got hurt somehow.
Well, he was their leading rusher.
This Nathan Peterman's on this team. He's the backup now. I love this team. I mean, I there's many more reasons I love this team. Like they have they have Carl Nassib on this team. Shout out to the only openly gay player in the NFL. I can respect that for reasons. Gerald McCoy's on this team. Cool. Their defense.
Sure.
their defense was there. And I'm just gonna once again reiterate. Watch this game to believe what I'm about to tell you. Alright, so nothing else what I'm about to say matters. The first through fourth quarter does not matter. Just imagine, just close your eyes and imagine a world where Lamar just keeps trying to throw to receivers, no one catches the ball, and Derek Carr throws to Darren Waller for about an hour, like 2 hours. Alright, so that's how the first 4 quarters went. So now, let's get into overtime here. I'll give you a quick summary for everyone that needs to know. Raiders start with ball. They throw a pick after driving quite a bit.
So, here.
Right? Is that not what happened?
So, Raiders drive for a bit. They throw a pass, and it's a touchdown. But the refs review it and say it's down at the 1.
I forgot about that part.
Have a false start and move back, and then throw a pick after Derek Carr deflects it off of, I think it was Trayvon Young's head. And it maddens into a Ravens defender.
Alright, so now the Ravens start driving down the field. Now, there's been one unsung hero I haven't mentioned to you about this story yet, and his name, he's another white guy, don't worry, it's Max Crosby, who probably is the most unflattering Madden picture you will ever see. He was dominant this game. Pretty much white Khalil Mack out here.
Andrew Villanueva had a terrible game.
He was really bad. Max Crosby used and abused him.
Like you
Yannick
thought
Ngakoue
Orlando Brown was bad last year.
Yannick Ngakoue is also really good. This Raiders pass rush might be an issue. But Max Crosby, I believe, is the one who forced it, right?
Carl Nassib forced it. Max
Oh,
Crosby
right, yeah. I forgot he's really good at making sure he gets it out. Carl Nassib knows really how to get it out of men. Sorry, so, you know, it was too easy, you know?
Fair enough.
It's recovered by the Raiders after the Ravens get to about the 40-yard line, 45-ish. And then the Ravens decide they're done with this and decide defense is overrated and leave Zay Jones wide open by like 20 yards for a touchdown.
Hold up. You missed the prime of middle though. See, the Raiders drove a bit and then they went to take a field goal. But guess what? Another false start. It gets them out of field goal range. And then we're gonna run a play to get back into field goal range. And then Derek Carr almost got sacked and just kind of threw it. It was like, get out of there. And then boom, Marlon Humphrey decided I don't feel like covering anymore. And touchdown.
If you're wondering why my entire description of this is inaccurate, because once this game went to overtime, I went to go take a shower because I had to go to sleep. So that was that game. It's quite the watch. I recommend you watch this. All right, next, Kevin.
Next is the Dolphins. They got a lot of fumbles.
You get to talk about this game twice and you didn't even look at it.
Tua was Tua. Mike Gesicki did not touch the ball.
I know.
Will Fuller still suspended. I don't think Myles Gaskin. How did they win this game?
That's a great question. I don't think I saw a single red zone clip of them scoring, so I don't know where these points came from. But they have them.
Okay. You know what? They're here. They won a game. Good for them.
Alright, next, as obviously we don't have too much input on this game, Jason McCourty is on the Dolphins, kind of just... Alright, so next we have the Niners, and oh boy, am I thankful I get to talk about this. They looked bad. Even though at one point they were leading by 40 points, they looked bad. To start the game, the very first snap is a botch snap to Jimmy Garoppolo, and it's not even like it was like Jimmy Garoppolo was lining up in the gun. He was under center. The center pretty much drops the ball into Jimmy Garoppolo's hands, and Jimmy Garoppolo forgets that he has to hold the football, and then the Lions recover.
I don't know. That felt like felt like more of a the center didn't know what he was doing. Like he snapped it before the call was actually done.
Yeah, most quarterbacks can still handle that though.
We're talking about Jimmy G though.
Yeah, but most quarterbacks could still handle when that happens. They feel a ball in their hands, they're gonna react to it. So then after that, things start going as normal. Unfortunately, after Jason Verrett had a really, really good comeback year last year, tears an ACL. It's really sad. He was great last year. He was great at TCU. He was great when he was playing on the Chargers. He's a big what-if player. It's really sad to see. Jaquaski Tart. Cool. But everything's going fine. Wait till about 3 minutes in the fourth quarter. This team decides that playing offense and defense is no longer required. Lets the Saints, not the Saints, they're not playing the Saints, lets the Lions and Quintez Cephas come within 8 points. And I would also like to mention DeAndre Swift. He played a big part in the receiving game at this point. He was an absolute killer out there. They get within 8 points, and only then do they barely squeak by without giving up a touchdown. Because here, let me paint the scene for you. 30 seconds, Lions ball, Jared Goofball trying to prove that he could have been the quarterback in LA. Takes a snap and throws into double coverage. However, the Lions showed me heart, and the Niners showed me arrogance. That's why they fell.
Alright. I got 13 now, right?
The Cowboys.
Alright. So, this is one of the teams that did not move in the power rankings. There were 3 teams that did not move. It was the Cowboys, and then 2 teams that were yet to name. They're also odd numbers, so I'll get to mention that too. But the Cowboys didn't move because we already talked about them. They played on Thursday night, and they played pretty well against the Bucks. And there wasn't really a reason for them to move from where they were at 13. Could be a playoff team, could not be a playoff team. We'll see.
Indeed. All right. Now, I'm gonna make the executive decision and switch 11 and 12. It just doesn't make sense right now. So we're gonna talk about the Washington football team now. I don't know how they're up here, to be honest. You can tell our love for the football team. FedEx Field did FedEx Field things. All hail. Hold on. All hail to the Taylor Heineken. All hail. Weirdly enough, he's the second Old Dominion player I think of.
Who do you think of first?
Zach Pascal.
Weird.
Yeah. Weird how I know
Well,
2 Old
same
Dominion
team.
players. Maybe
It's like
6.
28, right?
Hold on, I have to find out if they played at the same time. Hold on. This is knowledge that must be shared. So Taylor Heineke's been in the league for 6. Zach Pascal's been in 4. So they would have been there together at one point. Yes.
Yeah.
Taylor, they lost to the Chargers in a close game. I'm going to lay that down to the Ryan Fitzpatrick injury. He's going to be out for a while, but I'm not sure we're going to see him again this season. After an absolute ballsy performance by Taylor Heineke. He, under the short tutelage of Ryan Fitzpatrick, has learned his ways and is ready to sling the rock around. He had an amazing throw to Ricky Seals-Jones. He had an amazing throw to Terry McLaurin for touchdowns. He had a pick to James Bradbury, but that's pretty much the only blemish on his record. And that one time he fell down on the first drive of the game. But that's FedEx Field's fault, not Taylor Heineke's.
Yeah, a lot of passes to J.D. McKissick too.
Yeah, Taylor Heineke is really a man of the people here. He's a big fan of the Chatmendy channel. And we're big fans of Taylor Heineke. If Taylor Heineke is the starter next season in Washington, I might just have to buy a Heineke jersey. But it'd be a football team Heineke jersey, not whatever their new name is. But all heathens must bow to your Heineke. All hail. And hail to the Washington football team. Alright, Kevin, you get to talk about a team you've talked about a million times.
It's kind of unfortunate that Greg made that change, because now there's only one other team that's in the same spot. But, I get to talk about the Chargers. And the Chargers are, they're gonna beat the Chiefs. They're gonna do great things.
Oh yeah? I got you.
Yeah.
Hey, Derwin James has played one game this season.
Yeah, Derwin James has played one more game than he's played in the past 3 seasons. So, great for him, man. But, Justin Herbert played not the best football he could have played, but, you know what?
It's because I started him in a different fantasy league. That's why he didn't play.
It's all because of the fantasy points.
I swear, if a player's on my fantasy team, it's like I inhibit some sort of curse on them, where they're either gonna get injured, or they're just gonna fall off.
Honestly, I still feel like even though the football team lost to the Chargers, they played better in a weird way. But
It was a close game. It was very close. It was a good game. I think a lot of people who aren't casual fans knew that this was actually going to be a good game and a good showcase for these teams. But I just couldn't let the team that lost to them be in front of them. Especially if it's one spot.
Snacko really had a big game either.
He
like
did
no one
not.
on that team really played well necessarily. It was just a team effort.
If anything, it's their defense that did the most. It's because Derwin James was there.
It's a football team.
Well, whatever.
Jay McKissick only touched the ball once.
That's the issue,
The
actually.
football team had like 30 rushing yards.
Taylor Heineke really petitions for J.D. McKissick to get out there. As we're gonna talk, why do I have to talk about the Ravens? Why do I have to do this again? Why am I getting this? I don't know what the Ravens were doing, but apparently, the Ravens are just like they're really just trying to become the villains of the league.
Talk about the Bills.
I don't know what's going on over there with him.
Steelers game today.
Yeah. Maybe he'll get a word out. Maybe. Oh, he's here. I would like to say one thing about the Ravens, other than they sucked and should have won that game. I don't know what they were doing. Is they're really trying to villainify themselves here. The Raiders had to submit a complaint to the NFL because the Ravens were getting away with so many dirty hits during the game. It's like they have this. It's like the Ravens have this superiority complex that I think also Ravens fans have. It's like they're children. They have the Stomping on the Titans logo, and they have the. Now they have just hitting Raiders players. Like, why are you hitting Raiders players?
Yeah.
Alright, as Gavin lags, I will stall and wait for him to stop lagging so he can talk about number 9. Oh, he's back. Alright, number 9.
Raiders players are the ones that hit you.
Exactly. I mean, they had Vontaze Burfict on their team last year, I believe.
Well, that was the Raiders.
Yeah.
We're talking about the.
I already moved on, Gavin. I know you were lagging, so you couldn't hear it. But, I moved on like a minute ago. I'm still waiting for number 9.
Okay. Chandler Jones. I thought I was talking about Chandler Jones, but
Oh, you're talking about the Raiders.
no.
You were I'm a great host.
Alright, fine. With DeAndre Hopkins, we'll go with that name instead.
Why are you talking about Zay Jones, man? What did that do with anything?
So yeah, DeAndre Hopkins and Chandler Jones won that game. There's really not much to say about the rest of the Cardinals team. Just those two players.
Alright, cool. I still don't trust Cliff Kingsbury as far as I can throw him. I get to talk about the Bills. Yes, yeah, exactly. I probably can't even lift him up, to be honest. I'm gonna be honest, I didn't watch too much of this game. All I know is that I saw a little bit of the first half. The Bills were winning, granted. Score wasn't much.
0.
Exactly. And then at halftime, the Bills just decided that in order to get a bigger lead, they must start trying to play like 12D chess. But then
4-player chess with 2 players.
exactly, and then but they didn't even realize that they weren't actually playing chess and they were actually just playing checkers. So they just kept making the wrong moves that aren't allowed, and that's really why they lost this game. Josh Allen looks like he's regressed a year. They sure don't have a running game. Stephon Diggs was kind of silent. Their defense, I don't even know if their defense was good or bad, because
Their defense was good in my eyes. I mean,
they were also playing the Steelers. So, I don't know.
True. But the Steelers really, in reality, the Steelers, I mean, they got made fun of in a way, because, like, Deontay Johnson scored that one touchdown where the Bills guy, like, wadded it, and then they also just got beat a few times.
Oh yeah, that Chase Claypool catch where he pretty much mounted Tre'Davious White.
Yeah. But I mean, one of the Steelers' touchdowns was a block punt. Yeah, the Steelers. I don't even know what to say about that game.
I feel it was just disappointing. It should have been a good game, but it wasn't. Alright, so number next.
7. Jameis Winston led
If I have to talk about the Ravens, you have to talk about the Saints.
Not even gonna hide it. They just murdered the Packers. Clear daylight. Everyone saw it live on television. And no one cares.
It's actually been being celebrated that famous Jameis has returned.
Yeah, they made Aaron Rodgers look like he was Nathan Peterman for a solid second there. Granted, Aaron Rodgers also looked like he was super high, but
He might have been. They're in Florida.
but yeah, Jameis Winston with 5 touchdowns. Alvin Kamara just ran like he needed to run. Unfortunately, Marquez Callaway didn't do much, but that's fine.
Marshawn Lattimore got paid like mid-game.
Yeah, and then broke his finger, so good for him.
Get paid, break a finger.
Yeah. Good job, Saints. You moved up like 15 spots.
I guess Jameis is really trying to go down a new career path. He's closed down the bakery. He's done making turnovers, and instead he's opened a bank to which now he can give out dimes to all the patrons willing to receive.
Not Michael Thomas, though.
Yeah, not that one. He hates Jameis for some reason.
Yeah.
Did you like that one? Was that a clever joke?
Packers, Saints and the Packers switch spots.
Let's go. I have to talk about the Steelers now. I told you I didn't watch too much of this game. Yeah, Deontay Johnson had a pretty good catch. Chase Claypool mounted. They just beat the. Everything I said, just rewind it like 2 minutes, and you'll just hear everything I said before, and it applies. I am still concerned about this O-line. It'll definitely get tested. It'll definitely get tested this week against this Raiders. And I'm curious to see how this goes. Let's go to number 5. I don't want to talk about the Steelers anymore.
Browns. Yes, they lost. Yes, we don't care.
True.
From the looks of things, they should have won. I mean, I think they could have won this game against the Chiefs pretty easily week 1. And
Just Mahomes did Mahomes things.
yeah, just there was unfortunate turn of events near the end where Mahomes just kind of made it to where no, I'm not gonna win this game. But you know, they look really well, and that's how they're a top 5 team, and they're probably gonna win this week.
I hope so.
They are my survival pick.
Man, I hope they win this week. They almost lost to the Jets. Did they lose to the Jets last year? I think they lost to the Jets last year, so you
Yeah,
never
they lost
know.
to the Jets last year. But they had all their wide receivers on the COVID list.
Yeah, that's true. Number 4, I petitioned for these guys to move up here. The Seattle Seahawks. It's just early season Seahawks. They'll fall down the list as the season goes on, but it's early season Seahawks. They're going to be up here for... Oh, I'm lagging. Hold on, let me turn off the Wi-Fi on my phone. Is it still up? Hold on, the stream's still up?
Yeah, it's still up, I'm pretty sure.
Hold on. We still good? We still good?
Yep.
Okay, we're still up. They will fall down. They'll fall apart. They'll play like trash mid-season, and then they'll make the playoffs and probably get bounced in the first round. But it's early season Seahawks. Expect them in the top 5 probably for a few weeks.
Alright. Number 3 is the Rams. Matt Stafford, MVP.
We moved the Rams up for beating the Bears, and we moved the Bears down like 20 spots.
Yeah. It's, you know, it's just what...
I stand by my decision.
Yeah. Yeah.
The Rams were better. They were better. Cooper Kupp had a play that yeah, I think it's probably all over the internet. You've probably seen it before. How he was. Bears did not play defense. It's actually not what they did. Rams won, easy peasy. Do I talk about number 2 now? You can have 2. I'll take 1 if you want.
Yeah. Tampa. They did move up, even though they'd already played and didn't play well, for a matter of fact.
Well, it's because the team in front of them lost.
Yeah, the Bills played worse. So, guess what, Tampa? You're number 2 again. Yay.
Yeah, I talked about him last week. We talked about him in extent last week, so I don't think there's too much has to be said. If there's a close game against the Falcons, they are moving down, though. I'm making that decision now.
I mean, it's going to be hard for them not to move down, even if they do play well against the Falcons.
Number 1, you already know who it was. It was the Chiefs. They probably had the toughest opponent, really, out of anyone this week, as the Browns came out looking for blood. They almost beat September Reed, which is, like, unheard of, in Arrowhead. Mahomes just kind of threw to Tyreek Hill, and Tyreek Hill scored a touchdown. That's pretty much how all Chiefs games end. Travis Kelce didn't do too much, I don't believe. But it really was the Browns just trying to shut down, and they were kind of swarming the Chiefs for a while, but the Chiefs pulled it out. And they'll be our number 1 team. And I'm pretty sure... Who do they play this week?
They play... Not the Browns.
Is it the Ravens?
Yeah, the Ravens.
Yeah, and they tend to dominate the Ravens. September Reed against Chiefs Ravens. I don't think the Ravens really have a shot
Why is it
here.
always in September?
I don't know.
I think the Ravens always play the Chiefs in September.
It's always like week 2 as well.
Yeah. NFL schedulers, why? Can I have a reason for that, please?
They're sadists.
They don't like the Ravens.
Alright.
Alright, now for predictions.
Now, Gavin and I are much more varied than we were last week. I will tell you that right now. Give me one moment to pull this up.
I think the first one we're together, right?
Yes, we both think the Jets are gonna beat the Patriots.
No.
Okay, the Patriots are gonna beat the Jets, I guess.
Yeah, Patriots beat the Jets. Next one, Broncos beat the Jags.
Yes, sir. We're just gonna speed run through these. I have streamed way too much in the past 2 days. This is my 5th stream of 2 days, so I mean.
I have Bills beat Dolphins.
I also have Bills beat Dolphins.
Niners beat Eagles.
I also have Niners beat Eagles. A lot of away teams winning this week, I guess. I have Rams beat Colts. I have Raiders beat Steelers.
I also have Raiders beat Steelers. Bengals beat Bears.
I have Bengals beat Bears. I have Browns beat Texans. The only home team win. I have Saints beat Panthers.
I'm gonna have Panthers beat the Saints.
I'm gonna set it to home. I'm gonna have that. I'm gonna have that set to away for now. But remind me to change it for when next time we do this. I have Cardinals beat Vikings.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. I have Falcons beat Buccaneers.
No.
In my pick'em, I picked Titans over Seahawks, but I don't believe that's actually gonna happen.
I picked Seahawks over Titans.
I think that's what's actually gonna happen. It's just a pride thing. I have Cowboys over Chargers.
I have Chargers over Cowboys.
I'll give you Chargers there. I have Chiefs over Ravens.
I also have Chiefs over Ravens.
It's just the Chiefs always beat the Ravens. That's how it is. And I have Lions over Packers.
I too have
No,
if the Lions beat the Packers, we're gonna have a little scramble going on.
If the Lions can beat the Packers, they can be in the top 10 of our power rankings next week. Why not? That's how confident I am that they will not be beating the Packers. And that's when next week you're gonna.
Yeah. If the Packers beat the Lions, we will not be here next week. So
we will simply not do a podcast to make sure we do not have to put the Lions in the top 10. Well,
we might do the podcast. We just will not be talking about that game in particular.
We won't do a power rankings predictions podcast. We do a we just talk about Taylor Heineke for an hour.
Taylor Heineke is the god of the NFL.
It's just like a church sermon to Taylor Heineke.
Alright, and we'll also be going over Panthers at Texans, a great Thursday night football game in the next podcast.
Oh yeah! Forgot about that. Hell yeah! You know how much I loved talking about the Panthers-Jets game. Oh, buddy. And anyways, guys, don't forget to like and subscribe if you're new and like the podcast. We do one of these every single Saturday. And I mean it. Every single Saturday. Well, unless something comes up, sometimes things happen. But we do a podcast one of these every single Saturday. Like and subscribe. Share it to a friend if you want. I don't know. If you think we're funny. Or at least Gavin's funny. Anyways, guys, this is Chatmendy saying